Horizonte farto de palabras y en la sombra entre luces todos negre para mi mirar.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sending Off Football, and we have a very special Italiano Serie A preview. I'm Andrew Shoutout.
I'm Thomas Pastores.
And pretty much we're going to do it like every other preview we do. We're going to break it down, starting at the top, the Champions League and Europa League spots. So I think it's obvious who we have winning the league.
Juventus.
The old lady, 100%. They just, I mean, when you add a player like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, when you win the league 6-7 times in a row.
Seven
times in a row, and then you sign the second best player in the world, you're not going to lose the league.
Yeah.
It's going to be by a lot, too.
Yeah, you have a player like that. You have a player joining this Juventus side, 26 league goals last season, which is a bad, slow year for him. And
imagine what he's going to do in this league.
There hasn't been a Juventus player to score 26 goals in 20 years, so, I mean, that just shows you a lot. What they're adding. You're losing the rock like Gigi Buffon. You know, that is a huge loss. That's been a staple on the side. But now
they have two solid goalies.
Yeah.
Chesney and Matt Perny.
Yeah, the new signing. So
he's a good goalie.
So you're doing that. You're also going to recycle a couple players. We know that Higuain's
they're
probably
going to get rid
of
Rungani.
Yeah.
Maybe Alexandra. They might sign Marcelo.
I'm thinking a guy like Kadir has to go to. Lichtsteiner and Asamoah.
Lichtsteiner's gone already.
Yeah, they've already departed. So who do you have coming in number 2? Give me your top 4 Champions League spots.
All right, so Juve first. I'm going to go Napoli second.
I agree.
I'm going to go Inter third.
Okay.
And Roma fourth.
Okay. So I have Juve. So we both have Napoli second. So let's talk about Napoli because they were very close to winning the league last season.
Can you imagine getting 90 points and still losing? That's crazy.
That shows you how dominant Juve has been.
Yeah, and they had a great coach. They lost him to Chelsea, but they got
Ancelotti. Ancelotti. That guy's a legend. He's won practically every club he's been to.
Yeah.
He's gotten.
He's gonna win trophies with them.
Yeah, no, and you also have players like Insigne, Dries Mertens, who just came off of
a good World Cup.
Where he scored a fucking cracker. And you also have a player like Hamsik. So there's a lot of talent. So
they lost Jorginho, which I think is a problem, but Koulibaly.
So coming in third for me, I know you have Inter Milan. I have AS Roma. You know, you lose a piece like Becker, who was a very solid goalie. The price tag is the price tag. It doesn't matter too much in today's market. That's what he's going to go for, a solid goalkeeper, especially from a club who need someone desperate to replace Karius, because, you know, that guy's done at Liverpool. When you have a lot of young talent, you have Justin Kluivert, who just got signed, you know, the son of the legend. And you also have the Undertaker, the Turkish man.
Yeah, the right winger. He's good. And
very
it's
promising.
Actually good that they didn't sign Malcolm because it gives him a chance to really develop.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that at the end, you know, with Barcelona just swooping in and stealing him. But
Roma want legal action over Bordeaux, not Barcelona.
No. But Barca swooped in, but we're going to talk about that later. And you also have players like a proven goal scorer like Adinjenko, and you have Javier Pastore, you know, at one point was seen to be the next upcoming star. But so we'll see how he pans out.
Eric Cantona thinks he's the best player in the world.
Really?
Yeah,
well, that guy has a lot going on.
He's
a legend,
wrong.
but you know he did once kick a fan, so we'll see. So talking about Inter Milan,
they just signed Nainggolan.
Yeah, complete midfielder.
If they get Vidal, they get two complete midfielders who are two engines in the midfield.
Yeah,
they signed De Vrij from Lazio, who I think is great. They're just a very good team.
So talk to me, because
also they have Icardi, who led the league in goals.
Yeah, 29, tied with Ciro Immobile.
And he didn't make the World Cup, which I think is going to make him more hungry. He's going to want more goals.
No, I agree.
They always have a good gooley.
Also, there's been talks that a player like Arturo Vidal is linked with them. He might join. But then also you hear about players like Perisic. He might be departing for the Premier League. So
yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of talent, though.
I'm sure if they lose him, they'll bring in somebody.
Okay, so one team we have to talk about, because this is my team that I see set to take a jump from their finish last year. We looked very biased talking about this club, AC Milan. So Milan, we know their history. You know, they've won how many European Cups? 6, 7, 8. So this is a very historic team. But so there's been links with Gonzalo Higuain. Where do you see it happening? Do you see them getting him? Do you see them getting a proven goal scorer up top?
Yeah, I think Higuain's got to go from Juventus. He's not going to get the playing time. And I think that if he goes to Milan, we saw him in Napoli, scored over 30 goals, 36 goals. And I think it would be a good signing for them. Yeah, he doesn't show it up in the national team as much as he should, but he's a good Serie A player.
Yeah, we saw with AC Milan, they had a lot of signings last year, and a lot of solid signings.
They had over 12, 13 signings.
Yeah.
And they just put them on one team, and it just didn't work out. Bonucci wasn't Bonucci from...
It's very hard to get all these signings and expect them to gel together and click like that. But I think, you have I mean, right now you have a coach like Gattuso, who's obviously a legend for the club. We'll see if he's going to stay. There's talks with Antonio Conte might be heading for that job.
I think they should let him stay.
I think they should.
Because he did a good job
yeah.
when they hired him.
Say what you want from a strategy standpoint and tactician standpoint, but I think what he brings to the locker room and lighting a fire under their ass, that's something that not every coach and manager is going to bring.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree. And also, I think this is around the time that players like Donnarumma, I think this is when he really steps up, because there was early on into his career there was talks he was going to Real Madrid,
PSG.
And he was linked with clubs like that, and once he finally decided, okay, I'm going to stay, the fans, they killed him, with all the money and all that stuff. So I think Donnarumma, they were calling him.
Yeah.
So I think now it's been a season or two past that. He's had players like veterans like Bonucci to help him in the locker room. I think he takes a big step forward this year. So now let's talk about a team like Lazio, because they finished 4th last year. They had that Champions League spot.
They have Immobile who...
I'm thinking they take a dip this season. I see them coming in 6th.
Then there's no way they keep SMS.
Yeah.
That guy,
Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, I'm thinking he goes to the Premier League. That guy
maybe Chelsea,
was a beast in the middle of the park.
He's over 6 feet. They're not going to have the same season. They lost De Vries, like I said.
Yeah.
I just don't...
And listen, I don't want to be...
They're going to be playing...
Champions League football. And I don't want to be a pessimist, but I don't see Immobile scoring another 29 goals. Yeah. Higuain, he had 30 goals one season, 33 goals, and just last season he was back down to around 16, 17.
Still good, but...
So you can't expect those 30 back and 30 goals a season unless we're talking, Messi or Ronaldo. It always goes back to those two. All right, so that's where we see the top of the pack finishing. Who do you have for the Golden Boot? I think, again, it's obvious. Even though he's just newly in the league, this is my pick.
Ronaldo.
Cristiano.
He's going to do it.
Juve, they just had the medical done on him in the physical, and they said that he has the body of a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
This is a 33-year-old man who's
being compared to a 20-year-old.
Yeah. So that tells you everything you need to know. He's in the league with a slower pace, because, again, I've always said that Ronaldo at this stage in his career, he's still fast. He could still take people on. Not as successful as he used to be, but he's better suited playing up top.
As
more,
number 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's
better.
They're
going to use him there, too.
Yeah.
They're going to use him.
So top 3, just give me 2 more names that you see coming in the top of the race.
I think if Higuain can get that move to Milan, I can see him in there, honestly.
If he becomes the focal point.
Yeah. Or maybe Icardi.
Yeah, I have Icardi again, because I have Icardi and Immobile finishing 2nd and 3rd, because, again, if you score 29 goals, you're scoring those for a reason.
I don't think I'd put Dybala before but I think his goal scoring is going to take a dip with Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah, Dybala. I wanted to put Dybala, but he had 22 goals last season. Boy, again, when you have Ronaldo, he's going to eat up the most.
He's going to take the free kicks, the penalties.
Yeah. Even though Dybala should definitely be taking the free kicks over him at this stage of his career.
Yeah, I agree.
But, all right, so let's talk about transfers. What transfers do you expect? We named a few, but let's talk about some big ones.
Bonucci is going to leave Milan, and I think he should go to PSG. Instead of Juventus, yeah.
So I think... So Juve obviously has been linked. That was his former club. They had a lot of success. They went to Champions League finals with him. There's a quote from Juve saying Bonucci wants to return and we want to satisfy his request, but it's tough because they do have a good center back, Kadra.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's very good. He's promising as well. So that's definitely a move that has been linked and we should expect. Again, Inter Milan are pushing for Arturo Vidal. He's a beast in the midfield. I know you love Vidal.
Yeah.
Want to talk about him? What he could bring to that Inter side?
No, he's the engine, Everyone needs a guy like that. They already have 9 goals, so imagine 2 guys like that and with somebody...
You like his haircut?
No, I don't like his haircut. Do you like his haircut?
I don't know. Maybe I'll get it.
All right.
I like trying new things. All right, and Morata, there was also word that he might return to AC Milan. There's been a lot of talks with Higuain and Morata for swap deals, especially linked with AC Milan. Which one do you see realistically playing out?
I think Morata going back to Serie A.
Yeah.
Whether it's Milan
He's been said he wants to go back to Italy.
Yeah, I don't think he fits in Chelsea. So I think he should go back to where he had a successful spell.
Yeah, he was great with Juve, and he made my team, Real Madrid, pay. All right, so... Oh, we also have to talk about 100%. Malcolm. And what went on with Roma and Barcelona. And really, the real club to blame here is definitely not Barca. It's Bordeaux.
They canceled his flight.
It's Bordeaux.
Roma's going to take legal
action.
There
was fans waiting for him at the airport. Roma fans, I feel for you guys. I like Roma. I'm probably going to the Real Madrid-Roma game at MetLife Stadium in August. But, hey, so basically explain the situation, because we know what happened. The deal was set. Bordeaux accepted a fee.
And then Barcelona came with a late offer.
Yeah. For how much?
41 million. But Roma, they upped their offer.
Yeah.
But Bordeaux said, no, we want him to go to Barca.
Wow. I mean, those are the perks for being Barcelona.
Yeah.
When you're one of the biggest clubs in the world, clubs want to do business with you. They want that contact and that relation. But I think if we speak just from like the player's well-being, because Malcolm, he's a talented player. He's Brazilian, so if you're Brazilian and you're talented, and especially if you play on the wing, there's going to come a certain price tag. We just saw what happened with how much Everton paid for Richard Dilson, whatever his name is.
Everton was linked with Malcolm. I think they should have.
I just saw a stat. He hasn't had an assist or a goal in the Premier League since 2017, and they just paid £50 million.
I'm not sure what
That's unbelievable.
think. I think they're gonna just have a terrible season, Everton over there, because
Everton, yeah, they're probably
signing is like that.
Yeah, 100%.
But anyway, stay away from them right now.
Yeah. So Malcolm, which club would you have? I know you're a Barcelona fan, but honestly, which club do you think was better for his career?
For his development at this point, Roma.
A team like Roma.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's a shame too, from someone who likes Roma. Obviously Milan is my number one, but I do like Roma.
I'm personally happy because I like Barca, and they were gonna get Willian for 60 million, which
yeah.
He's kind of old, So
I just think you got players like Dembele, and especially
you got players like Dembele.
Yeah, it seems like Barcelona, they're in enough competitions to give people like Malcolm Byrne and like some run on the field.
And Barca like to keep the same 11 guys out there.
Yeah,
they know who is he going to be one of those 11? Probably not, but we'll see.
No, 100%, 100%. All right, so now let's move on to what we do at the end of every preview with every league, our all-time starting 11, and we're going to start from the back and work our way up. Goalkeeper. There was probably only two names. Dino Zoff was one of them, but I think we have to go more our generation.
Buffon.
Gigi Buffon, that guy's a legend. When he won the World Cup in 2006 with Italia, he was actually the runner-up for the Ballon d'Or. That's something that you don't see. The most recent name that pops up is Neuer when he came in third, but coming up second for the Ballon d'Or, that's very impressive. So we're gonna put him in there. Left back,
Maldini.
As a Rossoneri, as a Milan fan, I'm saying he's the best defender ever.
I mean, it's hard to argue that.
Yeah, I mean, he made his debut at 16. I'm pretty sure he retired around 40, 41. And you're talking 3 decades of just consistent, 126 international caps, 26 major honors, 5 Champions League medals, and 7 Serie A titles. He made 900 appearances for AC Milan.
Milan was never the same when he left.
Yeah,
so
900 appearances. That's unheard of. These Italian players, seems like they don't age. Center backs. Give me 2 center backs.
Nesta and Chiellini.
Staying with the AC Milan. This is not bias. This is just the facts. So talk about Nesta, because we know players have had.
Nesta and Maldini were 2 of the best defenders of their time. Yeah, they won everything.
So players like I remember Rio Ferdinand. He mentioned talking about like playing on the same pitch as Nesta. This guy was just a monster everywhere on the field. And someone like Franco Baresi, a little older. Most people won't know him initially, but this guy, 15 years, he has his number retired, and we know that's in football. It's not frequent. That's not normal. It's not like the NBA or MLB. That's special. And right back, again, another familiar name. Zanetti. The Argentine, again, has his number retired. You could play him anywhere in the back line. You could play him in the midfield. This guy was just, again, consistent. All right, so let's talk about the midfield. 3 midfielders. Doesn't matter what type of role you want to play him. 3 midfielders.
I'm gonna go Pirlo, Zidane, and Baggio.
So you're gonna play Baggio in the midfield. Okay, so I'm not gonna play him in the midfield. But let's talk about each name. So let's talk about Pirlo first. That guy's no Pirlo, no party.
He played for the 3 biggest teams, and he's not hated by anyone. So that just goes to show you.
That says a lot.
And he just got better with age, which is incredible.
2 Champions Leagues, 6 league titles.
Milan sent him out because they thought he was too old. He went to Juventus for free.
Yeah.
Won how many leagues with them?
Yeah. No, 100%. Set piece master. He can give you any type of ball you like, any type of service. And Zidane, the name speaks for itself. He was playing for Juve when he won the Ballon d'Or in 1998. And he actually got robbed from another one because there was a Champions League game where he notoriously headbutt someone, which he would, one up eventually later in the line in the World Cup. We all know what we're talking about. And Zidane was just spectacular.
Yeah. You don't give it to anybody. Like, you have to put him in there. That's where I think his best years.
And he did get his move from Real Madrid after Juventus, so that tells you what kind of player he was at Juve. And so talk about Baggio.
we weren't around for his time, but I've heard some pretty classical footballers say that.
The Devon Ponytail.
Yeah, I know he missed a penalty, which they said defined his career.
Hey, what's sad is in that '94 World Cup, he was a monster. He was amazing, but it was just that last PK, which is one of the most notorious World Cup moments. Yeah. So he's always going to be remembered for that. But I also have Totti in the midfield. 21 years at Roma, scored 282 times. He led them to one Serie A title, which again, I find him a similar player to Gerrard.
Yeah,
Stevie G.
He didn't win as much as he could have.
Yeah, didn't win as much, but it's a guy who
still won a World Cup.
Yeah, you think when you think about a certain club, you think about that one man.
Yeah. They symbolize that club.
He could do everything for you in the midfield. He was the Italian footballer of the year 5 times, which is the record. So that guy, gladiator, absolute warrior on the field. All right, so now let's talk about our 3 guys up top.
I went with Maradona, Totti, how you went, and Del Piero.
Del Piero? Okay, so I know Del Piero is a personal favorite of yours. Maradona, let's talk about him first. I mean,
he went to Napoli. He won the league with them. He's still idolized there.
He become like an icon.
He's still an icon there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure if we go there, we'll still see Maradona.
Maradona, he won the league twice with Napoli at a time that it was very much dominated by AC Milan.
Yeah.
That was when they had an absolute squad. And Maradona, he was so beloved there that I remember when they had the World Cup in Italy. Argentina was playing Italy, and pretty much in the press he was asking the fans in Naples, because they had a game in Naples, and he was saying, listen, you should root for Argentina because every other day of the year when I'm playing for Napoli, they treat us like we're Africans, because Naples is very far south in Italy. And he's like, every other day of the year they treat us like Africans. They don't treat us like Italians. But then right now they're like, cheer for Italy. So that guy, that just shows you he was politically, culturally, that guy just was dominant at Napoli. So talk about Del Piero.
He played in Juventus for how many seasons? He won how many trophies? He won a World Cup. When they got relegated to Serie A B in 06 or 07, he stayed with them, him and Buffon, which is just crazy to me. And he stayed with them, loyalty. Yeah. And he went on to win so much more.
No, 100%. Okay, so one name I also want to talk about. I have Baggio on my left side. We already spoke about him, that lovely ponytail. One name we have to talk about, which not a lot of people are going to know. I think none of our viewers are going to know. But the Swede Gunnar Nordahl. Did I say that right?
Nordahl, yeah.
Nordahl. Yeah, see, I don't even know his name. But this guy, just to paint a perspective in the background, he had 43 goals in just 33 international appearances. This made AC Milan say, okay, we need to sign this Swede. They brought him to Italy. He had 210 goals in just 257 league games. And we know in the Serie A, the style of play, how defensive, compact these teams are. That's incredible. And he won the Golden Boot for the Serie A 5 times. So if you're doing that 5 times in that type of league, especially back then, who knows what type of playing surface they were playing on, the ball they were using, that just shows you this guy had an eye for goal. He was just bagging them like it was no one's business.
Another player I would put maybe Kaká. Won a Ballon d'Or with AC Milan.
Yeah.
Went to Madrid, they ruined him.
Mourinho. I don't know. Yeah, well, Mourinho. Yeah, no. If we're talking about coaches, definitely Mourinho.
Maybe, a few guys had great spells there with Inter. Samuel Eto'o. You don't put him in there, but mention him.
We also we have to talk about Ronaldo, the original, the phenomenal.
Yeah,
that guy. Some of his goals. Again, another player who played for Milan, Inter,
Barca, and Madrid.
Yeah. And also, there's so many players. There's so many players you could talk about. You could talk about Zlatan. He played for all those big clubs, and he's beloved. No one, people hate Zlatan, but for the most part, it's only respect.
Yeah.
That guy's an absolute legend. Any other players come to mind? You see any players in the modern day Serie A?
Dybala, definitely Dybala.
And I know Chiellini. You also have a lot of respect for Chiellini.
Yeah, I put him in my best 11.
Yeah. So Dybala, definitely Dybala. Yeah, unless he eventually he'll get a move to a Barca or Madrid. But I don't know. There's something about him. I think he's there for the long term at Juventus.
I think he just fits the style.
Yeah.
He has that low sock.
Yeah.
It kind of bothers me.
No, he seems like a classic player.
I don't know. What about his hair? You saw his hair?
Oh, the gray? I don't know. I feel like that's something you would do, no?
Something I would do.
What are you looking at? Come on.
I'm looking at that.
Come on now. We'll see. All right, well, listen, this was our Serie A Calcio Italian preview. Pretty soon we're going to come out with our Bundesliga preview. Do you miss the Matti in studio today? We have a little
of course.
Stamati, we miss you. It definitely smells better in here without you, boy. We do miss you. All right, so I'm Andrew Shoutout.
I'm Thomas Mastores.
This is Sending Off Football.
Now what happens? He's saying some more.
Di Totti, inconcepibile, guardate cosa fa da dietro, inconcepibile.
France down to 10 men, and the showpiece of the world game has an unsavoury moment here that will make the headlines beyond the...